Alright, I'm Severin Sage. So I was going to stream this event, mainly because events like this are pretty long. And the last stream I did was actually over 12 hours. And I didn't really want it to do that again. Like, I don't mind streaming that long, but it starts losing context. The only reason why I had streamed that long last time is because Chenyu Vale, this area here, it was all new. God, it's lagging. This was a whole new area, right? And I wanted to show me exploring it and stuff like that. So I basically went around exploring the area, and then there was like a world quest. When you first enter it, it'll lock you into a world quest. I mean, I say lock, you can always avoid it, but I feel like you should do it because it helps you explore all of the areas. And the storyline was actually pretty good. I actually did like it. It winds up leading you to the Chiwang Terrace, which is like a really cool area that you would probably otherwise miss. And even if you did find it, the context would be gone. So I basically started from Mount Hulao and kind of like flew over this way like this. And then when I got to mountain here, Xuanlian, it loaded me into the world quest. Like it teleported me over here somewhere. It was actually fun. That's why that stream was 12 hours though, because the first like 7 hours was me doing the world quest and exploring. Like the world quest was literally 5 hours long. I'm not even kidding. It was 5 hours long. It took me 5 hours to complete it, and then I had spent another 2 hours looking for stuff, and then the rest of the stream was me doing Xinyun's story, Cloud Retainer basically. So there is a new event happening here. But before I go do that, I want to go to my Serenity pot to claim some stuff because I haven't played this game in a couple days. It's kind of stressful for me because I also played Tower, and Tower finally got an update to the story. I'm one of those people who have like the time to play faster through games, and when I got into Tower, I dropped over 200 hours in it. And I'm one of those people who play faster than other people. So because I was able to play faster, I was able to clear the first half of the story, like what I was allowed to play, fairly quickly. And I was kind of really annoyed that I couldn't continue the story. And they recently put out an update, like 2 days ago, which continues the story.
This round.
They also brought back Nanyin, which was a character that I had lost. So Nanyin was a character I lost, and the reason why I lost her was because when I first started Tower for the first time, it had took up a lot of space, and I uninstalled it. And then when I reinstalled it again, the game basically essentially made me restart over. It didn't tell me that I already had a save file on a server. I thought I had to start over from scratch, essentially, when I actually didn't have to. The game didn't tell me that I already had a save locked to a server. It did not tell me that. It didn't say, oh, you already have save data on this server, do you still want to continue? Like, it didn't say that at all. It didn't tell me anything like that. So I thought, oh, I lost everything, right? So I restarted over again.
If you ever...
And it made me start from scratch, literally all over again. And I lost the character because of it. Because it was like a whole new save, it was a whole new wipe. Let me see, I got Lynette. Okay, they want to talk to me. We'll talk to them really quick, see what they have to say. Besides, it's funner for me to do normal videos like this because I'm not stressed too much, because when you're streaming, you know, you have to talk to people. I don't mind that when it's my friends. Because it's actually funner to have somebody to watch along and talk with, but for this particular event, I want to try to focus on it, and I don't really want any interruptions. Because I'm one of those people who really get deep into the story. It's kind of annoying when you get people that say, oh, I don't play games for story, when pretty much all games are story-based nowadays. Literally every single game has, I mean, you need a story otherwise. I feel like if your game doesn't have a story, it's not a game. Unless it's like one that's designed to just be click buttons, because there are games that are like that. You know, like the little pop-it games or puzzle games, like those ones probably don't need story, but games like this I feel like if this game didn't have a story, I would probably not even be interested. I'm a story-driven person. If I feel like I can get into the world of the game in which the story is in, and we get to understand the characters, I can relate to them better. I want to be able to be immersed in the world. I want to be able to know these characters as if they were real people, and that's what brings me closer to them. If I feel like I can relate to them in some way, or understand their plight, and understand them, period, I feel closer. What is it?
I'm here.
He's so submissive. Is there anything you'd like to do, Fremine?
Could I trouble you to accompany me to a few places when you're free?
Sure.
I'd like to visit La Porte Horlogerie, Beaumont Workshop, and the Vasari Passage.
Is there anything in particular you're interested in? Yeah, because when somebody asks you to go somewhere with them, it's like, well, is there a reason? I could just say sure thing, but that's like a dead response. Is there anything you're interested in?
I'd like to take a look at their clockwork crafts, as well as the variety of small mechanisms they usually have to offer. I'm a regular of the shows, but whenever I pass by the other shops, I can't help but be curious. What lies hidden deep within those shops? What if there's something there that's both original and exquisitely designed? What I wouldn't give to be able to see everything for myself. If only... See, I'm not very good at dealing with people.
Same.
And if I spend a lot of time gawking at the wares without paying a single coin, I'm sure the shopkeepers would get mad at me.
Or think you're some kind of planned thief, like, oh, you're gawking at my shit 'cause you're gonna steal.
So, if you could step in at that point and help me?
Pay for the wares? Explain on your behalf. Well, you see, you can't offer to pay for something if you don't know how much it is, because that puts you in a bad bind. If you tell somebody, oh sure, take me to a place and whatever it is, I'll get it for you, but if it turns out to be like $500, you then will make yourself look like a liar, because you said you would get it, but you didn't know how much it was. Shouldn't say that. Explain on your behalf.
Yeah, something like that. I know it might be awkward, but I'll pay you back, I swear. As long as it's something I can do.
No problem.
Thank you so much. I'm not dreaming, am I?
He's so cute. That's why Fremine's my favorite. I love his shyness. He's so adorable. When I see him be so shy and petite, it's like I just want to hug him. I'm like, he's so innocent. So innocent and pure, like a sweet flower. You just want to protect it, you know. He's so adorable. So let's go talk to his sister. Keep in mind, I know that Lanny and Lynette are his brother and sister, but they're not blood related. Basically, they're all children that were adopted by one of the Harbingers. And that's why it's called the House of the Hearth, because she takes in, like, orphan children. Lenny and Lynette are actually twin siblings, but Fremine is more like their adopted brother. Step-brother, rather. What is it, cat girl?
Exiting standby mode. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you. It just takes some time to get my systems back up and running.
The way she said ignore, it's like you couldn't hear the G. It sounded like she said ignore instead of ignore. Whatever. Anything you'd like to do? Other than zoning out, I mean.
If that isn't an option, then I can't really think of anything else to do.
Well, how about you turn around and climb that tree? Isn't that what cats do?
Would you like a cup of tea? I can go make one for you.
You're the guest. Shouldn't I be making the tea for you?
It's no trouble. For me, making tea is a truly enjoyable activity. I make tea for everyone whenever Lenny receives a guest. selecting the best tea leaves, testing the water temperature, and observing steam as it rises from the water's surface. I very much enjoy the whole process. Only with absolute concentration can you brew the perfect cup of tea.
Who would have thought the process is so complicated?
Also, no one will drag me into a conversation when I'm busy making tea. And once the tea is ready, as long as you sit there holding the cup and maintain the appearance of sipping your tea in peace, nobody will try to talk to you.
So the point is still to zone out then.
I was kidding. Was that surprising? I can crack jokes every now and then too. I just rarely see the need. But I really do enjoy brewing and drinking tea. I'm able to taste even the most subtle differences in flavor. Considering all the places you've visited, you must have tried many different flavors during your journey.
True.
You want to try one of my brews next time you're free? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
I am literally free right now. I am standing in front of you in my pot in which time doesn't move. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh my god. God, I think I pulled a muscle in my shoulder when I did that. Let's go back to the house for a moment. I have someone inside. Let me see. Also, were those bubbles on the door before? I mean, I'm pretty sure they probably were. I just don't remember them being like that. I do like coming and interacting with the characters. It's something I really look forward to. Other people probably don't, but when it comes to games like this, I get more joy out of the gameplay when I get to speak to the characters. Interacting with them at any given time is what's more fun for me. I think I left her here. She doesn't have anything to say. What are you at, rank 4? So what does it have to be then? Because, let me see. She was 7, he was 7. Oh, so it's at 7 then. She's at 4. We have a long way to go. Alright. Okay, let's get out of here then. Woo! Yeah, I'm trying to get that new character. It's just, I know people might get mad when I say that, but like, he just looks like fucking Hazo to me, and I'm being honest. He just looks like a reskin of Hazo. The reason why I say that is it's something about his face that looks similar to me. Don't get me wrong, they are different characters. Hazo and that new character, Gaming or Jiaming, or however you want to say his name. Like, oh yeah, you're right. He just looks like a reskin. Like, to me, he looks like he could be Hazo's brother. It's something about the face. I'm not entirely sure what it could be. I think it's the hair as well. Because you've never seen another male character in this game with a fucking headband. Like, that's the point I'm getting at. And he has one. They also have authentic designs, because, you know, Hazo's like the Japanese design. And Jiaming, or whatever you want to say his name, is like a Chinese design, and it's both Oriental aesthetic. It's the point I'm getting at. That's why they're both similar to me, because they're both Oriental aesthetic. Like, it's some kind of Chinese or Japanese style, like with tassels and shit. Like, that's the point I'm trying to get at. I mean, he looks cool. I don't have a male Fire Claymore character. I've been trying to get D-Luke since the game first fucking launched and have not been able to get him. I do have Fire Claymore characters, but they're females and they're usually characters I don't fucking like, so that's why I think it would be cool to get a male character that's a Fire Claymore that's decent. So I don't know what his style plays like. I haven't looked it up. I know he does like a cool little fox mask, not a fox mask, a mask dance, I should say, that everybody kept clipping before he was released. I think it is cool though, because his outfit glows and changes colors. Like, it's like what you would call dark night mode, and it's pretty cool. You never really see other characters' outfits change like that, and I think it's neat. It's a neat aesthetic. Because I don't think there are many other characters in the game whose outfits change based on an animation. Like, the whole colors of his outfit completely change. I could probably bring it up to show you what I'm talking about real quick, but it's an idle animation, and I don't know how long it'll take for him to do it.
No, I mean literally. I need to search high and low for evidence.
I mean literally, I'm gonna talk over every menu because fuck! Yeah, when you're in your Serenity pot, it does not pause character dialogue. They will talk over the menus. As where normally they don't. You fuck. It's only doing that because sometimes it carries over. I don't know why some food items, they let you only have 2,000, and then other food items, they let you straight up have like 999,999. Like, it's 9,999. Like, there's some that let you have that many, and then there's others that just don't. I don't know what constitutes that. Like, I don't know what causes that. 70 fucking 2. It ain't gonna let me do it. No, it does. Okay. Yeah, I thought this event came out on the 3rd. It actually came out on the 5th, which I guess would have been yesterday. So I was waiting for it. I was like, the 3rd came around, and I was like, where is this event at? And then I realized that I went and looked it up again, and I realized that it said duration from the 5th to the 9th. So that's why I'm gonna do this first.
My intuition tells me that something very interesting is about to happen.
Yeah, like what, Hazo? Like what? Like what? Like this, see, doesn't he look like Hazo a bit? There's that fire dance. He's losing it. He's losing it. That's questionable. It's the hair, I think. See how he has like a little headband bit in the front? See, it's like the hair in a way, and the little... It's the fact that it's like dark brown between like a maroon. And then he has that little thing on his back. It kind of looks like flower symbols, and it almost reminds me of the thing that, what's his face has.
Something that tells me a new case is brewing.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll fade with time, but for right now... See, he also has a choker around his neck, and Hazo also has a choker around his neck. He even has a bracelet on his right wrist, and Hazo also has a bracelet on his right wrist. And then, like, the tassels. Looks like he has a little freckle on his neck. It's like they tried to make him look super unique, but I don't know. He just looks like a revamped version of Hazo to me. I see it really badly. Because if you look at Hazo,
Doing detective work,
like they both have a fucking choker around their neck. And then the bracelet on the wrist, the tassels hanging everywhere. The fact that their hair is like 2 different colors. The little headband on his head in the front. It's just like a cord that he has tied around his head. It doesn't really do anything for his hair. It just goes around his head and ties in the back. He literally just has a string tied around his head for no reason. Because his hair is actually cut like that, where it's all short, spiky, and then the back is kind of long. But like, you can see what I mean, how there's similarities. I think that's mostly why I think it's similar. It's the fact that they both have a tight-ass thing around their neck, and the headband. Like... Bro, what the fuck you playing at? Oh my god. He could literally be Hazo's brother, and I would fucking totally believe you. I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, they are 2 different characters, but I just see similarities that cannot be avoided. Besides, I feel like the main problem I have with this game is a lot of the characters do look like each other to me. Like... Navia and Shenhe just remind me of the Electro Archon. Mainly because they're tall female characters that have the same fucking stance. Like when they stand, it's the same fucking stance. Like Shenhe really just reminds me of the Electro Archon. Because reason why is it's the hair, you know. Like, I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, look at Shenhe, okay? Look at the way she stands. Look at the space in her hips and her thighs and the stance, and then the fact that her hair is long. Look at her from the back. It's like a long braid, right, with long sleeves on either side. And the way she moves and like the elegantness. Like, look at the way her hair is. And then the long sleeves, and then the stance, like the stature, and the way her body is built. Okay, and then the look on her face. And then look at the Electro Archon. The exact same shit. Same stance, long sleeves, long braid from behind. They have like slow, elegant movements that are just similar. See what I mean? Like the way they move. I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, they're two different characters, but Shenhe just reminds me of like a reskin of her. Because like the stance is the same. They didn't give them different stances. They literally have the same standing animation. It's like tall woman with big hips and long sleeves and a long braided hair. It's like, what the fuck? And then Navia, again, same stance. The only thing is her thighs are thicker. But her hair is kind of long with the sleeves. Don't get me wrong, Navia does look different, but sometimes the way she talks and the way she acts reminds me of the Electro Archon. Because even looking at her now, I still see it. Just trying to pull a Man in Black move here. I don't know, I see it. Other people probably don't, but I see it. So she cannot withstand wind. Is wind like her weakness? What the fuck? Boy, it's like he's following me with his fucking pupils. Heizo's one of my favorites. He's also one of my strongest. Not only that, he kind of has that same look that Hanbei Takanaka does from particularly Samurai Warriors 3 version. It's because they have a strand that goes in the middle of their face. And it's the eyes. I see it. Other people probably don't, but I do. That's because I have an ability to see into the souls of my characters. I can see things that other people don't. And I'm not talking about ghosts and shit. I just see different aesthetics that other people probably wouldn't notice. Also, why is Charlotte here? I swear to God, she's everywhere. I've come to ruin your life with my camera. Don't know why I said that. What the shit? God, the day of light changed. The way they say her name, I feel like they've been saying it wrong. Cause they keep saying like cooching or kutching, like the sound of something makes when you hit it. Yeah, the K-E would say ka, but I feel like the Q and the I would say chi. Like more like a she. Like, it feels like it should be like kashing instead of ku. It should be ka. I don't know. I'm not an expert on these names, but I just feel like the way they say it's a little weird.
Nice to see you again, Traveler in Paimon.
Hello.
Oh, we're not interrupting anything, are we?
I'm interrupting your daylight getaway when it was just night a moment ago.
Not at all. I wasn't in the middle of an interview or anything. I was just asking Miss Kuching about purchasing a kite.
I just realized it looks like the cloth on her outfit on the chest. It's like one whole texture, but the little metal pieces are moving individually from the actual cloth itself, and it looks fucking weird.
A kite? Are you buying some regional specialties to bring back to Fontaine?
She's like, how did you know? That is a tiny book, bro.
Well, yes. And... It seems you haven't heard yet. The theme of this year's Lantern Rite is kites.
Yeah, wasn't that in the dream she had with Ether? She was holding the kite and showing it to him.
Ah, so that's why Paimon has seen so many floating in the sky.
Liyue Harbor is always changing, so it is only fitting that Lantern Rite should change in turn.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
The Qixing believes it would benefit Liyue to build on our own
See the way she
cultural
said that, the
foundation
she?
by embracing the technologies of other nations. After all, it is said that the stones of another mountain may serve to better polish one's own jade.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, remember my business meeting with Tianquan Ningguang the last time I was in Liyue Harbor? That's what it was about. But all I really did was use my network to introduce Lady Ningguang to some interesting people. I'm not sure that quite counts as fostering cooperation.
In the end, we decided to combine Liyue's traditional art of kite making with Fontaine's mechanical vertical lifting device.
Mechanical lifting device? Sounds pretty impressive. But don't kites just use the wind to fly? Why would you need to add something mechanical?
Well, you've actually just answered your own question, Paimon.
Because sometimes there's no wind.
How high and far a kite can fly depends as much on the weather conditions as on the skill of the person holding the string.
But as soon as there's no wind, you can only flail about helplessly like a sweet flower medaka out of water. Experience doesn't matter at that point.
Exactly. Liyue is now a nation ruled by humans after all. It's about time we had the power to make a kite fly, don't you think?
Why can't you just summon Venti and make him do it?
Plus, the easier we can make it to enjoy, the more people will want to participate.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Right? I also thought it was a novel idea. Plus, it shouldn't cost much to do.
With Miss Charlotte's help, everything has gone smoothly. Our new mechanical kites are already available to purchase from a stall in the harbor. We're having trouble keeping up with demand. We also gave quite a bit of thought to the price. We didn't want it to be too much more expensive than a traditional kite.
Cool! Turns out you two and Ningguang like playing with toys just as much as Paimon!
Oh my god, are we children now?
Toys? They're not exactly toys.
You see, Miss Kuching, that does seem to be everyone's first reaction.
Although kites are one of our most time-honored cultural relics, outside of their use in certain ceremonies, I suppose they're considered playthings more than anything now. But to me, there's so much more than that. Think for a second about how remarkable it is that a flimsy paper kite attached to a string has the capacity to touch the sky. It is this light piece of paper that also carries the weight of Liyue's cultural traditions.
I can see that.
There's an old poem that goes, "O kite born of paper, flying true and sound, a lone traveler wanders, just awaiting to be found."
Send them love, send them word, send them homeward bound.
In the past, poets from Liyue used kites to symbolize a feeling of longing, or evoke the peacefulness of idyllic rural scenery.
I don't know why she didn't finish it, so I had to finish it for her. Was she looking up at me like, you can finish this next line? Well, that was cute. It kind of felt like she gave me a chance to finish the poem for her. That was touching for a moment.
If the people of today can derive enjoyment from this activity, they will not only be more likely to better appreciate the tradition, but also to pass it down to the people of tomorrow.
Also, I've been sick for the last 5 days. One of my roommates got something and we all have it, so my symptoms are less. It's just, you know, my lungs hurt because I have damage from when I had the main virus, the vid virus from like 2022. And then I had caught another bacterial virus November of that same year, which added more damage. So when I go to breathe, I can't be around certain stuff because it really hurts me and my lungs start seizing. Like, it feels like there's chains around my lungs and it feels like they're bleeding inside and it gets really raspy and it hurts. So right now it's like in my throat, just when I swallow, it's like a slight soreness and it feels like I have mucus or something sitting in there, but I'm not actually coughing. But you might hear my voice start to strain, and that's because what's ever wrong with it. My symptoms seem to be less. I'm not as sick as everyone else. One of my other roommates has it really bad. Like, they're coughing non-stop, so I don't have it as bad, but if you ever hear my voice freak out in videos going forward, that's why.
That's the Kuching we know, always thinking 5 steps ahead of everyone else.
Should be everyone else.
Well said, Miss Kuching. I've learned quite a bit myself.
It'd be funny if her name was Keishing. I think I wanted to call her Keishing originally.
As long as you're willing to listen, I'm
Or
happy to
Cushing.
share. I also know quite a lot about the various folk traditions related to kites. For example, whenever a kite blew away, people would say it was the Adepti that summoned the wind to take it away as an offering. That way, you can turn an unfortunate event into an auspicious one.
But then that kind of makes the Adepti seem bad.
What about something more fun? Do you know anything like that?
More fun. Let me think. Oh, I suppose we should first talk about how kites are made. It's another one of our precious forms of traditional craftsmanship. My grandfather told me that back when he was a boy, children learned the art of kite making step by step from their elders. First, you use the thin strips of bamboo to construct the frame. Then, you draw a design of your choice on a piece of paper, paste it onto the frame, and tie on the string. Then, you look towards the sky and release the kite to soar among the clouds.
I think there's more to it than that, though, because yeah, you can draw the design, but you have to color it and all that. And if it's a paper kite, if you draw with like marker or some type of other coloring, you know, depending on what they have in this game, it would be dyes. You would think if it landed in water, it would get damaged. Like, this shit's not waterproof.
Some people write down certain names or desires on their kites, cut the string, and let them fly free. Others may place particular thoughts or meaning into the design itself.
So I think traditional kites today are made out of a different type of material that's actually sewn. Almost like scroll posters. Like, I have a bleached scroll poster that's made out of a design. I have one from Final Fantasy, and I think I have one from Naruto that's made out of a particular fabric. And I think that's what kites nowadays are made out of. The same exact thing. Where they printed the thing onto it. And it's like sewn with like a different cloth. So you can actually see the sew work on it.
Are certain designs associated with certain meanings? I'm gonna jot all of this down.
Oh my god.
Well, for example, kites in the shape of a butterfly typically symbolize freedom, happiness, or the desire to break free.
Fascinating. What else can you tell me?
The scissored-tailed swallow is the most classic design. It symbolizes good fortune and joyful tidings. Different colors also have small variations in meaning.
Are these commonly understood meanings and symbols in Liyue? Kind of like the language of flowers in Fontaine.
I believe so. Most have probably heard something about it from their elders at some point. If you're interested, Miss Charlotte, I have several books on the topic that I could lend you.
Oh my god.
They could be a useful reference.
Are these guys eavesdropping on us? Because they only ever do this in this game if these people are either bad or they have an ulterior motive.
That would be a huge help! Great! Looks like I've got the outline for quite the article on my hands.
I think Paimon notices. Hope it goes well.
Perfect! We're gonna take a look around.
Then I'll show Miss Charlotte to my home for a little while. I almost forgot. The Ministry of Civil Affairs is hosting a kite flying contest on the night of Lantern Rite. If you're interested, you're more than welcome to bring a kite and participate.
Okay.
The rules are simple. Whoever flies their kite the highest and furthest within the time limit will receive a special honor along with a secret prize.
I've already prepared more than enough empty film for the event. I can see the spectacle already.
We'll be there.
Oh, Paimon was on board the moment you said secret prize.
Oh my god.
Then I'll look forward to seeing your performance.
You bet! See you then!
Is this something I'm really gonna have to do? Does Paimon know about those guys, or...?
Wait, Trevor? Take a peek to your right.
She does.
Do you see those two people lurking over there?
Oh, she did know. I see them. So, it's funny how people always say that Lumine looks better as the evil twin, as for Ether doesn't. I don't really think so. I think Ether pulls it off better. Mainly because he's all in fucking black. And it's hard to picture somebody all in white as evil. But, that's besides the point. The point is their eyes are different. That's what makes her, when she does glare or when she's mad, that's why she looks more ferocious than Ether, as where Ether just looks annoyed. It's because their eyes are different. Lumine actually has more detail in her eyes than Ether does. She has more detail because she has, like, the main circle, like an orange circle, like a dark orange circle with a light circle in the middle. That's her pupil. And then around the yellow part, you can see how there's like a line, like another circle around her eye. And she has more detailing in her irises, as where Ether doesn't. His is like one whole solid color with a dark orange dot in the middle. as where hers has like more colors in it than his does. And so that's why when she does facial expressions, it shows more in her eyes because her eyes have more detail in them. I've noticed that over the years. I am somebody who has like 4,200 and something hours in this game, literally, and I've been playing it for going on 4 years.
Is it just Paimon? Or were they staring at us the whole time we were talking to Kuching and Charlotte just now? They seem fishy.
The Kuching do attract a lot of attention.
Huh. Well, yes, but something's up. Paimon just has a bad feeling. Do you think they could be treasure hoarders? They always seem to be stirring up trouble during Lantern Rite. Oh, I'm sick of waiting around for something bad to happen. We should strike first, you know. Foil their plans before they even begin.
What is this angle?
You go right, Paimon will go left.
Wait, Paimon. That look on Lumine's face, she's like, no! So, did Paimon actually leave? Because she controls the menu in this game. That's why people keep suspecting that she might be related to the God of Time. Because when you bring up your menu like this, everything freezes. See how she's not there? Like, she's gone. She's actually gone. Oh, she's actually gone. Like, you could still bring up the Paimon menu, but normally she would be right there and she's gone. So this is a good point to show that characters do actually leave. Because people say, oh, Paimon's annoying and all this, but she actually is really important. That you actually can't traverse the world without her. Because she actually controls stuff in the game. She does have the ability to freeze stuff. Like, if you're in the middle of a battle, and you bring up this menu to, like, kill your stuff. Because my quick menu sucks when I try to bring it up like this. Sometimes it's slow. So that's why I do it this way. But she freezes stuff around you, basically. Actually, there's another theory that Venti is actually the son of the God of Time. Let's see. Oh, I see her. I seen her at the last moment. Oh. This is a unique NPC. I haven't seen a character that's an NPC with two colored hairs. This game has been getting a lot of hate ever since Honkai came out. People keep saying that MiHoYo cares more about the Honkai series than this series, because if you look at Honkai Star Rail and even Impact the Third and just Honkai Impact period, those 3 games, they do have unique NPCs. It was like that even in Tower of Fantasy. Every NPC is really unique looking, as where in this game they're like fucking clones of each other. But I feel like they did that to save time. If you have to make unique NPCs for everything, especially when it's a character you only talk to once and only ever see once, wouldn't it be pointless to make them look so unique if you never use them again? And I think that's why they do it like this. And it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't.
It is with such an air of urgency that you appear before us.
This guy's voice.
Your comportment suggests you believe us to have committed some heinous crime. Perhaps you could enlighten us as to your intentions.
Why is that dog looking at me?
Whoa, where did this buddy-daddy come from? You should be the one doing the enlightening, buddy. Don't think we didn't notice you eavesdropping. One look and we could tell you were up to no good. Tell us everything, starting with your name!
Yeah, they both have different colored hairs.
One bears no secrets before two such as yourselves. You stand in the presence of the mighty and illuminated Adeptus, Mooncarver.
I was right, I recognized the voice. I wanted to say something, but I wasn't sure. Because Ether's voice actor, he voices Mooncarver. When I was listening to the deepness, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a damn minute.
For the purpose of this foray into the mortal realm, however, you may address one as Ho-Jong.
Yeah, he's Mooncarver, you can tell by the color, and the other one would be the blackbird whose name I fucking keep forgetting. Rain something?
You kidding? That deer's got his head stuck so far up in the clouds, there's no way he'd humble himself down here with the rest of us.
Wow, Paimon.
You may want to hold your tongue, Paimon.
Don't think that Paimon is gonna believe you just because you know her name. Let Paimon guess. You're supposed to be Mountain Shaper, right?
What if they really are, though?
Indeed. Mooncarver and myself have descended upon the mortal realm for a visit. The two of you may call me Giovanni.
Ha! Looks like you did your research. But in our experience, the harder you try to lead us on, the more likely it is that we've got a big fish on our hands.
What if it really is them, though? But they can't transform here in front of everybody.
We'll go straight to the Lilith and have you arrested for impersonating a Adepti!
How come I'm not saying anything?
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
If you really are who you claim to be, perhaps you can prove it.
Right! Tell us something that only an Adeptus would know. And it better not be some common knowledge that any person on the street can tell you.
Well, you gotta give us credit. We don't like people impersonating the Adepti. We're actually trying to look out for them. But at the same time, if it really is them, I bet you this is annoying.
During the last lantern rite, we gathered at Mount Hula with Rex Lapis and made use of Cloud Retainer's supreme cuisine machine to prepare bamboo shoot soup. Perhaps you have some recollection. The flavor of that soup was more than enough to whet one's appetite. As such, Cloud Retainer assented to my use of the device beyond that singular occasion, providing other recipes to boot. Since then, one has dabbled in the pleasures of the culinary arts whenever time allows.
You could tell it's them because when they talk about themselves, they refer to themselves as one.
Dabbled? Upon one's last sojourn to your mountain, did you not immediately attempt to hide the device behind a chunk of amber as soon as one's presence was known?
Did one not speak up on your behalf but a moment ago? This is how you choose to repay that kindness?
One is simply trying to emphasize the veracity of our claim.
That does not mean you should reveal personal matters so readily. They might think one bears no difference from Cloud Retainer. Forget it. One does not have the breath to waste on such petty trifles.
I suppose they really are the Adepti.
That might have been more detail than we needed. Seems like you two are the real deal, and I'm sorry for suspecting you. But, for being as forgiving as yourself, this is just water under the bridge, right?
Take it as a compliment to clarify of your disguise.
You indeed have an agile mind. Cloud Retainer was not mistaken in her high estimation of you.
It feels weird being praised because I know that Mooncarver's voice is ether. He has a really deep range and is pretty impressive.
I'm still curious about something. It's just, I can understand why Mountain Shaper is here, but why did you decide to come to the city, Mooncarver? It's not really your thing, is it?
I like how every time you meet an Adepti in a human form, they literally tell you, call me by this name, and then you therefore continue to not do that. It's like, oh, I'm Yale Butterfly, but I want you to call me Sherry, and then you keep calling them Yale Butterfly in front of everybody. Like, that kind of does annoy me, because Paimon's been doing that even when we met Cloud Retainer in a human form. Everybody kept calling her that instead of by the name she said to say. Holy shit. What?
It is but an inevitable eventuality. Long have the mountains remained strangely idle since Cloud Retainer's move to Liyue Harbor.
Yeah.
With Lantern Rite near at hand, one would expect Cloud Retainer to provide us with an account
Has that
of the
guy
festivities
Popload
in
on the
advance.
left?
Yet to this day she has failed to appear.
Cloud Retainer is hardly the forgetful sort.
One must never rest idle in the face of that which demands action. And since our acquaintances dwell in Liyue Harbor, we had to travel here in human form to avail ourselves of their aid. Cloud Retainers in this case.
But a moment ago, one heard you speak of a mechanical kite of sorts. It appears the essence of the situation has hitherto revealed itself. Now it is time for one to retire back to one's abode.
So, you're not looking for Cloud Retainer anymore?
Perhaps there are aspects of Cloud Retainer's temperament that remain opaque to young Paimon. Given one's understanding, one can only imagine the anger that now consumes her.
Anger.
Cloud Retainer is of a proud and arrogant disposition. She holds the belief that her skill in mechanics surpasses that of all others. One can be quite certain it is hardly with an open mind that she regards the arrival of this new technology.
One surmises that she has shut herself away, refused all company, and buried herself in the study of her own creations. To call on her would only invite her rebuke. However, if you do happen to cross paths with her over the next few days, do pass along one's regards.
Sure! Leave it to us! Have a safe trip back, enjoy the scenery, and have a lantern ride!
Thank you for your kind words. We shall now depart.
Was there somebody coming up on me from behind, though? Because that scene was weird.
We got all worked up for nothing, huh? All that trouble, and it turned out to be people we knew all along! Well, it's still pretty early. Let's head over and check out the kite stall. Kinda wants to see what kinds of kites we can buy to use in the competition. The bigger and prettier the better.
Oh my god. That dog never left. Man, dog really is man's best friend. Never leaves. I wonder when we're gonna meet the new character, because he's supposed to be here, but I don't know when. Also, Xingqiu gets a new outfit from this event. I wonder, is it in the list already? Can we view it early? Where the hell are you? Where the hell are you? Yeah, here it is. His hair is way too short to try to tie up. Why would you even try that? I mean, it's cute, but... So you get this outfit for free, I think they said. It's interesting. But I feel like his hair is still too short for that. But I've always had a thing for characters that have like braids and ponytails that are like that. Is there a braid on one side? There kind of looks like there might be, but maybe not. I like the flower. The flower's cute. He almost looks like a different character. Are you trying to channel Kazuha or something? Because the only other male character with a ponytail in this game. Well, there are other characters with ponytails, that's not what I mean. I mean short ones. I never realized his hair is pretty long. God, staring into my fucking soul. Yeah, there kind of really isn't. Just... no, the only characters with ponytails would probably be Zhangli, Thelma. I guess you could say Kaya has one, but it's over his shoulder, and it doesn't really count. I mean, I guess it does count because his hair is long, but... I don't know, I've always liked Kaya, he's cool. He's not one of my strongest characters, but... okay. Talk to me, lady.
Welcome! Are the two of you looking to buy a kite? Would you like me to go over the different designs?
Ooh, Assistant Council! And a butterfly! And oh!
What?
This jade chamber design is our newest. It's been selling like crazy over the past 2 days.
Does it also have a unique meaning?
Of course. The jade chamber symbolizes wealth and abundance. The kite bearing its design is said to bring riches in the future to those who fly it.
Oh, now that's Paimon's kind of cat!
I apologize for the interruption, but are all your wares in order, Miss Genuine?
Yes, they're just over there. The paper, bamboo, and dyes. All the necessary kite-making materials.
Wonderful! I'll pack them up and get a guard to deliver the goods to Yilong Wharf for you.
Yilong Wharf? Oh, wonder what that place is like during Lantern Ride. Paimon would love to go take a look.
Well, if the two of you are interested in going to Yilong Wharf, then could I trouble you to find Gaming and deliver these goods together?
I was right, that is what his name is. It is Gaming. I kind of like it because it reminds me of Gan Ning, which is a Dynasty Warriors character, but the name is separated.
Is Gaming the guard you just mentioned?
Yes! The communications office handles shipments and transports around Liyue. He works for the Secure Transport Agency, one of our sub-organizations. The problem is, many of my colleagues have taken leave during Lantern Rite to spend time with their families. So, our available workforce has seen a dramatic decrease recently. If you were willing to help out, then I could get a head start on my next appointment.
You do seem really pressed for time.
We expect to be compensated. We'll help.
Oh, wonderful. You will, of course, be compensated for your efforts.
I feel like it's a dick move to be like, yeah, I'll do it if you pay me. Like, come the fuck on.
Now, at this time of day, Gaming should be somewhere in the vicinity. Just follow the main road until you see the head of a Wushu dance costume. Should be on your right.
Be sure to come back if you'd like to buy a kite. I'll even give you a discount.
Alright. So, I was right. His name was said like Gaming, because everybody kept saying GMing, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, he's just kind of there.
Wait, I thought we had an agreement. Loser buys dim sum tomorrow? Look at you. Scowl like that for much longer and your face might stay that way.
I'm dying inside.
Hey now, don't be upset. How about this? You extend the invitation, and I'll pay.
No way, Gaming. You're always the one picking up the tab.
I feel like they should have spaced his name. Because everybody, oh, I didn't say everybody, but apparently when this character got teased, people were hating on him and saying that his name was ridiculous. Because everybody was reading his name like gaming, you know, like gaming, gamer. But it's not. Even I knew it wasn't said like that. But they probably should have spaced it. It was like that with Dynasty characters as well. Like Xiao Qiao and Da Qiao, they used to put the name spaced. And then in the newer games, they started putting the name together as one whole thing. And I think that's what's happening here.
I'm not trying to be a sore loser. I just didn't expect you to come from behind a win like that.
Hell?
That was nothing. All in a day's work, friend.
I'm dying inside.
Gaming is here.
To be so fucking loud, Paimon.
Sorry to interrupt, Gaming. We just
Spoke to the guy from the communications office. He needs you to deliver some goods to you.
Oh, it must have been Longzhou. Looks like I've got work. You gotta go.
Sure, go do your thing. Let's have a rematch when you get back. I won't let you win so easily next time.
Why is that lady just caressing the wall with her hand like that? She's like, oh, this wall is so smooth. No, what is she doing?
Alrighty, you can hand the goods over to me. Must have been heavy hauling them all this way. Let me take them off your hands.
Are you going to just magically lift it?
It wasn't that bad. It's just some kite-making materials. Plus, we didn't have to walk very far.
Kite-making materials. I see.
You seem depressed.
I'm glad it wasn't too much trouble, Paimon. Still, I owe you one.
How do you already know her name?
Ah, and you must be the traveler. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for your help.
How did you already know her name?
Huh? You know us?
Exactly, what the fuck?
There probably aren't many in Liyue who don't. I've heard quite a bit about you two. You're quite well known around these parts.
Well, I did save this place from disaster.
Oh, and please excuse Longzhou if he forgot to thank you. Take my thanks in his place.
What is happening?
He's a good guy. He's just been super busy lately. Running around from place to place. Don't be too hard on him, yeah? So, you here for Lantern Ride?
Yeah, it's always so lively this time of year. We were actually hoping we could tag along to you and have a look around.
How do I feel so reluctant around this character all of a sudden? What is happening?
Perfect! We'll go together then!
You're coming on a little strong. I think that's what's friggin' me out.
I'm good with directions, so just follow me. Trust me, I know my way around. We can exchange stories, tell jokes, or just chat along the way.
It's the way he talks. It's like a... There's a lot of guys who do this in real life. Where it's like they try to be all cute and flirty. Like, look at me, come on. Like,
oh, and there are a couple of good places to eat along our route. We can stop and grab a bite when it's time.
I did that voice on purpose because it's the one voice that annoys me. I know people who actually talk like that and it drives me insane.
The ingredients are fresh, the portions are generous, and the prices won't break the bank. You can order anything, and I promise, you won't be disappointed.
Okay.
Order anything?
Paimon seems to be drilling already. I like how that thing is untextured in the background.
Hey, did you really have to call
Well, the only way to get to know somebody is to throw all your fucking flaws on the table in front of them like Rubik's Cubes and have them help you solve it. Anyway.
Don't worry, I understand. I joke around like that with my friends, too. It just shows how close you are.
Oh my god.
Do you need to pack anything up before we hit the road? I can wait.
Does it look like I have anything?
Yep, I think they're always packed and ready. We're pretty much travel experts at this point.
Oh, that's right. Then let's get going. If we run into any trouble, you can count on me to protect you. I am a guard, after all.
So am I, though. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm so used to playing fucking Tower of Fantasy. In Tower of Fantasy, I'm a domain guard. Load. Whoa! Ah, it's my good old friends. Hold on. Okay. On the bustling streets of Leo Harbor, you and Paimon are drawn to a painter making paper cutouts. You spy two familiar silhouettes among the items she's preparing. Okay, hold on. During the Lantern Festival, you and Paimon run into Jimin and another friend participating in Wishing Dance together. He has prepared an endless, fascinating event and is waiting for guests to come experience it. That's cute. And the last one is her. We can't check on it to see what it is. Alright. So it's Yao and Chunling.
There's something in the air.
Hold on a moment. Hold on. Okay, aspiring to take part in the animal lantern, expected there are familiar faces to be seen as you walk around the harbor. So I wonder who else we're gonna run into. See, this is why I wait on these events, because they're only about a week long, but I'm one of those people who play through this too fast. So I'm gonna try to space it out. We're gonna try to just do what I can do for now, and then whatever I can't do, we'll worry about that later. So supposedly there's supposed to be a thing that allows you to invite one of these characters from Liyue to join you, but it's only ever like the generic characters, like, you know, like Changyun and Xingqiu and characters like that. So I don't know if he's gonna be on that banner. I don't know. Oh, he is. See, this is what I mean by generic characters. So you can invite him, so you may invite one character to your party one time. So we have Gaming, we have Yao, Shanling, Beidou, Xingqiu, Yanfei, Yunjin, Xinyan, Changyun, and Ningguang. I already have all of these fucking characters, I just don't have him. So then we can get his outfit, and then we have a bit, things I can earn. So you unlock his outfit at 600. He does look like a different character with his hair tied up. It is funny how people do look different when they change their hair. Like, sometimes a simple hair change is enough to make somebody attractive. It's fucking weird. It's weird.
Tells me a new case is brewing.
Hold on, what is this? Yeah, I want to follow this. Wait, hold on, go on. Yeah, we'll worry about those in a minute. So we need to go to Chenyu Vale. I can try to get him off the banner, but if I can't get him, this will be a way to do it. It's just, I don't know who to waste it on. I mean, when you already own those other characters, and I think Changyun's constellation is max, and so is Shanling's, those are characters I don't need again. So I might focus on the new character then. Because when you get a character that you already have, it maxes the constellation. A lot of my constellations for my characters aren't maxed because I only ever got them once. It's lagging on me if you're wondering what's happening. It's lagging when I'm trying to scroll through shit. I can get her one more time to max her out. Get him 2 more times as well. So yeah, I just got Tainari in the last live stream I did. I just got him. I don't really know how to feel, but he's there. That is an oddly shaped mushroom.